Eric Sanders, aka Mud Dog, the head of esports operations at 100 Thieves. Your team has been playing really well so far. How do you feel about that?
You know, it's been a great day so far. 7-1 map count. A lot of pressure, a lot of stress off my shoulders. Team's playing really well, so we're excited going to this Optic match.
How did you guys prepare for CWL London?
We really leave all that up to Crowder and the team. He really does a really good job of managing their schedules. We actually did some work to get their sleep schedules on track too, so they're feeling good going into this, and they have a strong game plan.
It is a big game versus Optic. What is sort of the plan here?
I think it's really just win the map and the vetoes. I mean, as long as we have our guys shooting how they've been playing, I think we can beat anyone here on the stage. So we're pretty confident going in. I know Crowder's got that locked down, so it should be a good match for sure.
All right, well, finally, any shout-outs you'd like to give or anything you'd like to say to the 100 Thieves supporters out there?
Yeah, I'm going to give a shout-out to John Robinson, the president of 100 Thieves. He's been running it up all day long back in LA watching the team, so shout-out to John Robinson.
All right, well, thank you so much. Best of luck versus Optic. For now, we're going to hand it back off to Katie at the desk.
Thank you very much, Jess. There you had it, words from Mud Dog at 100 Thieves. And we're about to get into this match, but a fun little tidbit for you if you didn't know it, if you weren't in the arena. Optic's fans were cheering louder for them guys than Reciprocity's fans were during that match. Are you surprised by that Optic fans were over here?
I don't have any comment.
I don't know. Who knows?
No comment. I'm saying, step it up, London.
I have to
step it up.
I have to walk the streets of London tonight, so I'm not calling out the Rec fans. You guys are good.
I was told straight from the top. I had to say it, and I think that's kind of interesting. Maybe you know what Ben had said, we would expect a lot of passion from EU fans, and I think maybe step it up.
I'm 3 seconds from just going outside and trying to shush all those Optic fans to make sure it's kind of quiet. Like, guys, please, it's late. Jeez.
If anyone could rile up fans, Miles, I think that you would do a very good job.
I think I can.
Ben's out there right now.
Really?
It's like, I'm going to get a beer and I'm going to chill in the crowd with these guys and get them excited for
I like that. It's only Friday. I love it.
Okay, wait. So Nameless, then I have to ask, because in the piece we recently did with Ben that came out on his birthday, he actually called you out.
Sure.
I'm not sure if you saw that, but he said you're pretty bad at chance and that he's going to blow you out of the water here.
That's fine. We'll see. If I'm able to be in the crowd during that finals, I'm going to get them so hyped. I'm coming straight for Ben, too. I'm making up a chant about Ben. I will not say it right now, and you will hear it in the venue on Sunday.
All right, well, you'll have to stay tuned Sunday, see if Nameless can take down Ben in a chant war. But we are ready to go for our last match of the day. 100 Thieves, Optic Gaming, Merc, and Maven. Take it away.
Thank you so much, Katie. All right, here we go. So this has been one of the most anticipated matches of the day. But if you look back towards the tail end of crossplay in the Pro League, we hyped it up. We were so excited. And 100 Thieves had a pretty comfortable 3-0. What do you think is going to happen here today?
It was a 3-0. I wouldn't say it was comfortable.
That's right, the respawns were close.
Map 1 was 250 to 240, right on frequency, hard point. Game 2, Hacienda Search and Destroy. That was one that did go in the favor of 100 Thieves, like 6-2 or 6-3. But there was 2 rounds where Optic Gaming had like 2 versus 3s that they threw away. And then you look at the control, it was 2-1, and that round number 4, 100 Thieves gets 3 sets of streaks to go in around 5. So the respawns were close. The Search and Destroy was more one-sided. We talked about frequency. We're going to get it here in map number 1.
But both these teams are looking hot so far. Yep. You know, they're in a group with Enigma 6 and Rec. You're talking about a team that got 3rd place at the last event, a team that got top 6. So they're both coming in with victories off those matches. Well, here we go. Optic Gaming, 100 Thieves. Should be a bloodbath.
It absolutely should, and well, we're on board with Dashi, who's already found 2, but he's gonna get taken down by Octane. So the break right off the start comes down to the ARs. Crimsix versus Octane, and Octane able to win that battle.
When we talk hardpoint specifically, Dashi has been absolutely insane. If somebody is going to slow him down on the 100 Thieves side, who's it gotta be?
Slasher or Octane? I mean, I would probably go Slasher. If you watch that Pro League match, Slasher just hit a level that we expect from him from time to time. I mean, the guy can just completely take over a game. But we really look back to that matchup. Who played well for Optic? Yes, Dashi, consistent as ever. But it was Scump. Scump really had a big series. Made it very difficult for the Sogs of 100 Thieves really to get going.
Well, so far in this one, Joe, it's an early lead for Optic Gaming. They've also got the spawns for next with a couple seconds left before the transition across. And now here we'll go. Where do the remaining players spawn in for Optic? They'll get the safe spawn in the back at back orange, and now they'll be set up to deal with it. It's 2 kills from TJ, quickly answered by 3 for 100 Thieves. And now an opening on them on the map for them to put some pressure in.
Yeah, they're just going to try to get in contest. Scump, the last one here, able to find one on a Priesta. That's a big kill by him. Buys enough time time. Kenny now just trying to finesse inside of this lobby. He's going to get taken down. And you can see Optic, they get off the hill for the second. The rest of the guys are starting to push on up. With about 30 seconds left, you might see one player from Optic Gaming try to push towards that elevator side, try to flip those spawns. We'll see when it happens. Is Karma able to find two?
And where it's a pretty balanced effort in the slaying department for Optic, on the 100 Thieves side, it's really just been Kenny and Octane. Everybody else has to turn it around. Double negative for Priesta, 1 in 6 for Enable. Enable, who has been a very consistent player in the respawns, he's got to step it up. You cannot have a slow series from anybody in a matchup of this proportion.
Yeah, I think the big thing was because Scump had such a good series at the Pro League, Priesta didn't. He was the one player who was so consistent in hardpoint, well, all the respawns for 100 Thieves that he struggled at times. So we'll see how Priesta is and how he performs throughout this series. But a big moment here. Can 100 Thieves, they have their early rotation. Can they win it? These early battles get right back into this one.
Well, as the Optic chance begin to build, it's 100 Thieves that actually get the hold, and a much needed hold considering the lead for Optic. They've shut it down thus far. The first push has been thwarted, but the next wave about to come in. Optic pushing in through lobby and balcony, trying to find some sort of foothold within the hard point, but so far so good for 100 Thieves. And a desperation point early in this game one, they're able to get a bit of a rally, Joe.
Yeah, if they can get these final 20 seconds, it looks like Optic might put one last push on it, maybe try to contest some time. Scump, Karma, Dashy all find kills, and yeah, they're gonna go for this. As Octane, he gets taken down by TJ. TJ, a guy I want to focus on heavy because a lot of people disappointed in his performance at Fort Worth, especially in the S&D side. But if he can step it up in the slaying category for respawn, it's going to be tough to beat Optic. We saw it at Vegas.
Dashy making some plays towards the back elbow, but it's Kenny on 100 Thieves to get the final 2. But pipes control early to Optic Gaming. Dashy now with Tempest out, able to connect on the first shot. It'll be TJ leading out in front, but Octane with his own Tempest on the other end shuts down Dashy, shuts down a teammate, but keeps the wave coming. It's another teammate. That's 2 team kills in for Octane. Yeah, it's great you shut down the Tempest, but you couldn't get into the hard point because you're drilling your teammates in the back.
Yeah, just some bad timing. I mean, his teammates were just slotted in. To be honest, some impressive shots from Octane. Karma now grab slam out, able to connect with one on a slasher. Now he's just a couple of points away from streaks. Karma double positive right now, and Optic Gaming doubling the score of 100 Thieves.
Well, right back to Karma. Speaking of double, it's double positive for Damon Barlow, the 3-time champ. And Enable, we talked about his woes at 1 in 6. What in the hell is going in on Enable's side? He is 1 in 15 right now. 1 in 15.
Cannot happen. It just cannot happen against a team like Optic Gaming. They will crush you if you slow down. And there's those streaks for Karma. 100 Thieves, they're only down by 50 points. This could be a big hole to get them right back into it. It's crazy we're saying that as you do have a player struggling as much as Enable.
You feel good?
Yeah, Priesta.
I'd be pumped. I'm in this type of game and a chance to make a play. You think if Enable turns it around, they're right back into this.
Yeah, there we go. 4 go down, make it all 5. His slasher finds 3. He's gonna push on up now. Try to flip those spawns, able to do so. You'll see TJ and Dashy trying to push the pipe side. This is gonna be a big push, not only for this current hill, but for the next one as well. And Slasher, he knows they're here, able to find 1. TJ now the last player alive for Optic on rotation.
The strafe is there, but the right thumb of Octane a little too precise as he's able to hit the shots. And now down only 15 points. The rally from 100 Thieves is here, and they're in the hard point. Karma has a streak to use. He's gonna go ahead and call that in. Can he clear out the back? It looks like everybody gets safe, and just really an armor tag in from one of the missiles.
Three were off spawn, right? So, I mean, for Karma, he's just hovering it. He knows that they're trapped back there, and there we go, Optic Gaming. They played it perfectly. It was just bad timing. I mean, he probably finds a couple more kills 1 second later.
Well, it delays them getting back in, though, right?
Yeah, exactly. They have to hide under that cover, and, well, we know where they are. They're stuck back there. So behind the Hellstorm, Optic's able to get back in. You can see 100 Thieves. They know they got to contest some of this time with 30 seconds left.
Trying to get in, but Dashy, he wants no part of it. Pushing with TJ, the trade is there. A team kill in, but it doesn't matter. His lobby is shut down, but Dashy can't get the streak going as Octane has his number. Octane actually gets a second there at mid-map. And what was once a 15-point game, a lead now pushed out once again by Optic Gaming. But the woes for Enable continue, man. 3 and 20. I keep looking at it, thinking he's going to make a run, start to get something going. But if it's gonna come, it's gotta come now.
Yeah, lightning called in by Karma. Doesn't find anything, finds one towards that back elbow. They're gonna put pressure on that balcony now. But you still have a player in the window. Slasher's gonna use that War Machine, connects with one with TJ. Enable on his way back, trying to win this gunfight, not able to do so. Dashy able to find two. But Kenny, Octane, they responded again. 100 Thieves just 30 points down with 30 seconds left in this hardpoint. I know we've focused a lot on Enable, but on the positives, potentially the best ICR in the world right now, putting on a show. 27 and 13 and was so close to streaks.
Yeah, he was like 100 points off, just couldn't get one more connection there with the Tempest, so no extra streaks in for the 100 Thieves side. Optic desperately trying to break, but with only 10 seconds left, they'll focus on the Pipes rotation. And for Scuffy, he was able to at least contest a little bit of time there, but now we'll swap over. Here we are to Pipes. Dashy set up, Tempest ready and available. This is where we saw him use it last time through, and Octane was there to shut him down.
Yeah, that's four goes down for Optic. TJ the last one up, trying to stay alive, but he's gonna take it down. A great break behind 2 kills of Enable. So I know we've been focusing a lot on his not so good stats, but that's a big break for 100 Thieves. They have a chance now to retake the lead as they find 3 more kills. As everyone just starting to step their way on up.
Here we go, lead change. 100 Thieves about to be in front, but the contest comes in. There it is, 167, 167. Optic Gaming now get in behind 2 from TJ. That's gonna be attack 5 boost in on the side of 100 Thieves, the added HP for them to go ahead and bust through, and you see the kill feed. 4 down for Optic Gaming as 100 Thieves get in with 20 or so seconds remaining.
That's the second or third time where we've just seen that kill feed light up all for 100 Thieves. Optic Gaming have to start trading a little bit more effectively. You know, I think we saw the stats for them against Reciprocity. Karma, TJ, and Dashy all played exceptionally well, but Crim didn't have the best series, and right now struggling a little bit. Or do you just put that to the way Octane's playing right now as he's double positive?
Yeah, you needed that performance, but Enable, he's got 10 kills on the board now. Purify around, nothing seems to be going his way, but at least able to push them back at mid-map. But as he jumps across, it's Dashy! Dashy that hits the shot! 3 on the floor as the Tempest connects! Lightning earned as Bruce going off. Is Optic now trying to get back into control, but trailing by 10.
There are not a lot of players, I would say, him, Dylan, and maybe Octane, where you can watch every single time they pull out that Tempest, a play is made. I mean, he is just absolutely disgusting with that weapon.
Well, we expected this to be a riveting matchup, and we're getting just that in the opening map. All but tied right now as we get ready for our next rotation. Optic Gaming already set up at orange. 1 player spawned out far Pipes. That's going to be Crim6. So they know where the push is coming from. The Vision Pulse comes in, but it's going to be Karma that's able to nail 2 with the grab slam.
Yeah, they combine those specialists perfectly. I mean, a great job from Karma and Crim6 to use that to just stop this push. I mean, orange base throughout this map has been all Optic. You flip the sides, you go towards blue. That's been all 100 Thieves, just trading blows back and forth.
It's going to come down to these 2 hard points, right? Who's going to be able to contest for maybe a bit longer? Who's going to be able to get that full hold? 2 kills for Slasher, but Dashy still holding in lobby, but it's actually a 3rd on the tail end of that for Slasher. Is that the opening the 100 Thieves need to get in? They still have to get past these Sogs. It's Scump and TJ that are holding strong, and they're able to do just enough to push them back. So they'll get that hold. They'll get that hold, and now we'll focus on the other side of the map as it's going to be 100 Thieves' turn. But look at this. 2 have rotated, but Optic got 3 of them spawning in the back, so this is actually a mess for blue.
Yeah, this is a mess right now for 100 Thieves. Enable just trying to stay alive, doing a very good job in the back. Priest is going to go down, so pressure on Enable. Able to find one, has the help, but Kenny now towards this elevator side. He's going to challenge. The big thing right now for Optic Gaming, they have to get in for about 5 to 10 seconds so they can't win. Dashy's going to use that lightning strike. The spawns are in the back for Optic.
And Priesta very close to that grab slam. Slasher, Octane close to getting those tools as well. So there's a lot coming in for 100 Thieves if they can get there. Priesta gets 1, but he's caught with a stun as soon as he goes to the grab slam. So maybe doesn't get as forward as he'd like to. And it's Dashy that gets 2. That should be a contest for Optic Gaming, and maybe enough for them to extend this.
Yeah, we're going to go to Pipes. I mean, it's like 1 second. It's 1 second exactly, but TJ, he's going to fly on in. And what a game he's having. I feel like he's had so many entry gunfight wins throughout this map number 1, so we're going to have to focus on this rotation. Yes, a lot of big things going down on the hill as Kenny and Octane find some kills, but you'll see number 9 That's Priesta already rotated towards those pipes, and Octane's just trying to hold on.
I think the big thing here is Octane's going to have that Tempest, and Slasher's about to have his War Machine. TJ might get to his War, but that's really about it. Now 20 points needed for 100 Thieves, and the Tempest is going to be out. Can he hit the shot? So far,
he's got to hit
whip after whip after whip. He's got to hit the shots. There he's able to connect on one, but he ends up dropping. It's Scump that's able to break through, and the contest, at least for a moment, is here.
Tac 5 in, 10 more seconds for 100 Thieves. That Tac 5 so big. As you can see, it allows Kenny to win that gunfight. Octane finds 2. 42 and 27 from Octane. Just 4 more seconds needed for 100 Thieves, and it looks like they're about to close out map number 1. Look at Enable right now, the smile on his face, he knows it. Can we see the scoreboard? I gotta see it.
I want to know what he was seeing.
So, okay,
So
EKIA,
it doesn't look maybe his back, so yeah, but you have the EKA, right? Like the assists are counted, so he's probably thinking he's having an okay game, but what a bomb that Octane just dropped on Optic Gaming in that map 1. And what was Enable? What was the worst? It was like 1 in 15 at one point?
16.
Oh. How do you win that game? I mean, I know he turned it around a bit down the stretch, but
I mean, even just look at it for Optic, I thought they played that pretty darn well. I think really where 100 Thieves took the edge was pipes, right? That second pipes, Optic had the rotation, then all 5 go down for Optic Gaming. It gives 100 Thieves that control, and it just, I don't know, man. You felt like Optic had it, because every time we went to Elevator, that first hill, every time we went to Orange Base, it was like, all right, Optic's in control. The pressure's now on 100 Thieves to rotate towards that blue side and just try to contest. And it felt like Optic was going to hit it. So to me, it just comes down to that hill number 4 pipes. I feel like that's where they had the advantage.
unbelievable. I thought after Octane whiffed a couple of those Tempest shots, I was like, there's the opening. There's the opening for them to get in. I think Scump got 2. And I'm like, oh my God, that's the break. But 100 Thieves, just enough in the tank to get the map 1 win. A similar score line to what we saw the last time they played the tail end of crossplay. Woo! That was fun. I got the blood pumping a little bit, Joe.
Yeah, just a little bit. I mean, just so much playmaking ability on both of these rosters.
It's 10 superstars across the board. There's no way around it.
Yeah, I mean, you had Karma, who started off so well. He was double positive. Octane the entire way through. You had a couple of plays from Priesta and Slasher. On the other side, I mean, Dashy with the Tempest making plays. TJ had a couple of great opening gunfights where that's what we expect from him in these respawns. You saw a little glimpse of everything right here on this stage.
It's just insane to me because I think if you would have talked about these two teams beforehand and you would have told me one player was really going to struggle and go like double negative, I think that was probably the difference. Like one guy, when you have these 10 players on the stage, one guy has a bad map, you likely pick the opposite team, but somehow they survive it. And like the fact that they just kept it within striking distance, like despite his slow start, they're within 30 to 50 points during the course of that run. He turns it on a bit, goes close to even down the stretch, and there we go.
Yeah, we're gonna watch these last 30 seconds. There was the Octane play. This is where we thought where you see 2 go down. He does connect with 1, but his teammates just aren't there. Kenny's just gonna slide on through, stays alive, has the help of Enable. But this TAC 5 boost, I mean, what better timing than really the last 20 seconds of the game allows them to win gunfights. But you can see in the bottom left, it was Octane who opened it up. I mean, he's doing this on frequency with an ICR. Like, the guy is on such a high level right now.
It just seemed like, I think Scump ultimately got 3 kills there, but like as he got all 3, it's like there was another, 3 to 5 seconds before the reinforcements got there. And by the time they did, the rest of the remaining players got in with that close spawn 400 Thieves. It just wasn't a big enough opening, even if for a moment it looked like it was. But there you see it, the scoreline from map 1. We're gonna stay on frequency for the search and destroy. And I think for you, that was one of the more interesting matchups between these two teams back to the Pro League. It's just, you said a couple of rounds at Optic, they play a little bit better. Maybe that's a different outcome.
Yeah, it was Hacienda Search and Destroy. It was like 6-2, 6-3, but I just remember there was like the crim where he was on the well and like his teammates were across the map playing the bomb. He gets picked off. There was just a couple of 2v3, 2v4 situations where Optic threw it.
All right, guys, make some noise. We got Optic, 100 Thieves. Okay, ramp it up a little bit. This is sad. No, this is a lot of fun. This is a hype match for a Friday night, that's for sure. But let's get right into the search. Dashy's POV, paladin in hand. You've seen how lethal it can be, and there's the first pick.
Yeah, Kenny's just playing for information there. You can see the rest of the 100 Thieves guys are towards this B side. Karma trying to stay alive. Well, he's not going to be able to do so. So 4 versus 4 with bomb down. Krim now going to play a very sneaky position. I like this a lot from him. And those players go towards the lobby, and now TJ gets picked. This is what I'm talking about. It's just very similar situations where they have the numbers, and then 1 or 2 of these guys are getting caught in isolated positions, but still bomb planted. Dashi alive, has the help of Scump towards his balcony.
He tries to peek, hit the flick, but not able to do it. All the Optic players will fall 3 in a row for 100 Thieves, and plenty of time for the defuse.
And what I mean, we just talked. Advantage Optic, advantage Optic, advantage Optic, and then just like that, it was taken away. I mean, these rounds where you have the advantage and bomb down, you just have to be able to close them out.
You get first blood. And that's one thing that 100 Thieves was really guilty of at Search and Destroy when the game first came out, or like when they first started playing together. Get the first blood, then they did the hard part. Couldn't play together as a squad to get the more, kind of the easy part, the mid-game done when you had the player advantage. It was a woe for them. They seem to have fixed it. Now can Optic Gaming improve on that over the course of this weekend? So that's 1 first blood for Optic. That is a round loss. We'll have to keep track of that maybe over the course of this and see if that's a recurring theme, Joe.
You're going to see Scump and TJ playing very aggressive towards that elevator. Going to slow things down for 100 Thieves, but here comes the push. 1 kill goes the way of Priesta. Priesta gets 2. Man advantage now to 100 Thieves.
Very similar spot, right?
Oh, do we have a little bit of a nade spot here? Dashi, nade on over. Is it going to connect? It doesn't look like it. I think there might have been a trophy down.
4v3 post plant. We saw Optic fall in this position. Can 100 Thieves hold on? It's going to be a 2 versus 2, make it a 2-on-1. Crimsix, the lone man who has to try and clutch. They're going to swarm him. Backs away for a moment. 30 seconds to work with. The trade is there. Great job from 100 Thieves playing together in that 2v1. Just making it so there's no chance he can pull off something miraculous there.
Even when he backed up and stayed alive, you saw there was a pause from 100 Thieves for them to just wait for one another to go on in. You're going to see Kenny, who's going to peek Dashi. And yeah, we talk a lot about the sniper, but frequency's that one map where if you're not getting information, if you're not getting those first bloods, you get put in these situations. You're going to be an elbow with a pistol. Like, that's not where you want to be.
Well, if you think one player can make it work, it might be Dashi, but it's still not a
It's just not a map
position.
like, it's not a map like Arsenal, right? Where he's just free to do whatever he wants.
Yep, very true, very true. Well, in the early going, it's a 2-0 edge, 400 Thieves. Cluster and frag grenade available for the 100 Thieves side. Dashi still with the sniper in hand, just maybe looking for an opening, but you can see it's pretty passive towards that A lane. Optic now just starting to move forward, look for an opening in and around elevator, kind of playing behind Dashi for this shot, and he almost gets ripped. Slasher hits him to 14 HP when he picks the edge. A scary moment for Optic, but he's able to stay up.
Yeah, an interesting strategy that 100 Thieves likes to do is run 3 ICRs. They'll put Kenny on one. So it'll be Kenny, Slasher, and Octane with ICRs, and it's almost like good luck as Kenny finds one on a TJ. Now just trying to stay alive, does get stunned, but guess what? He has the help of Priesta, gives them man advantage, keeps it a 4 versus 3.
Quickly though, into a 3v3. Dashi comes running out, the shot melee there with the pistol. 2 versus 2, sub 30 seconds on the clock. The bomb has not been planted yet. Dashi has now found a song to work with. 2 kills in this round. Priesty gets the kill, gets away, can't get the heal off, but almost a shot melee. But Crimsix, that is close.
What a compliment.
That is close.
Priesta. Like Priesta, he re-challenges the window where they come on back. But here's that kill out of Dashi. With that pistol, was able to make it a 3 versus 3. And just from here on out, it was just pure numbers. Just you go, I go, just bait and switch back and forth.
The Optic squad talking through things. It was 100 Thieves early. Now they're trying to bounce back, bring this to even.
Yeah, I mean, there's been such a high focus on this A site so far. Who's going to be the first team to go towards B? Let's say it will be 100 Thieves. You do have Dashi going over here. He's going to have the sniper rifle, especially early on towards B. So pressure here. Octane almost gets his shoulder ripped off. But here comes the push from 100 Thieves. Octane finds one. Karma, though, able to respond back. Now a 2 versus 3 as he finds 2 kills.
Slasher, though, he will even the odds. And now you have a 2v2, and one of your players is a sniper. So is this a spot where this can hurt you? Or can Dashi find a gun or maybe hit an insane shot? We've seen him be effective with the pistol as well, but You would think advantage a little bit to 100 Thieves in this spot just due to the repertoire of Dashy.
One good thing is they both have ICRs as well. Maybe that's not a good thing, but Karma's gonna find both and win the round.
Karma goes huge. And guns both to give Optic the round and even the odds in this game 2. We'll see it once more from Karma's POV as they line up, and I don't think he misses a bullet to tear both down.
That was 4 on the round. He got 2 early on that beginning push from 100 Thieves, so a big round from Karma.
We'll see. He's still got a ways to go to streaks, but 375 off. And we just saw 100 Thieves take their first crack at B. Now, Optic gonna do the same. And there's nobody home, and there's a first blood. It's TJ, mid-map with the SOG doing the damage.
Yeah, onto Enable, which I believe Enable's PSN at home is TJ Halley's boogeyman, so
yeah.
It's a bit ironic.
So he changed the PSN, that's right. Well, the plant comes in for Optic, and they have the man advantage. It looks like 100 Thieves all gonna try and bully their way through that back elbow. Here they go, first gunfight to Slasher, not able to win it. Karma, the streak stays alive. He's getting closer and closer to streaks. That's now 6 in a row, 125 off. Can they serve him up an easy one? They do just that. Karma crushing 100 Thieves in the last 3 rounds. It's the streak now up to 7, and the lightning strike ready and available.
Yeah, that's 7 kills in 2 rounds. Just his ability to stay alive in this position. This was the push from 100 Thieves. He finds the one, has a little bit of help, but just back and forth, throwing those shoulders. And yeah, Octane, he was looking both ways, was half HP, almost gets taken down, but
I didn't realize
still,
how close that actually was.
a huge kill for those streaks.
Now we'll see how Karma can use those streaks to influence this map too. We'll take a look at the mini-map to see what the hit looks like for 100 Thieves on offense. They want to get right back to B. Last time Karma was so big from this spot. This time Dashy puts the sniper away. He has Maddox out, Frag out, ready to play aggressive. Priesta has a grenade out as well. He's going to get caught, doesn't get the nade off. TJ flies in behind it. That's another first blood for Optic Gaming.
Yeah, I mean, those frags are going to even be more important because usually teams have Flak out on when there's a War Machine out, right? So now with basically no specialists, it's going to be so tough to guess when to wear Flak Jacket, not. But now Octane left in a 1 versus 2.
It was a 1v3, did pick up 1 kill. Karma has those streaks for an emergency scenario. He's on 8 in a row right now. Octane just kind of tracking for bombs. It stands. You can see it on the minimap. Optic Gaming going to be in the opposite site. Octane after that map 1, you got to think just about any scenario feels clutchable for his form right now.
The problem is the timing, and I think this might go the way of Optic. He's going to find Karma, but he knows that means the second player's close by. Scump able to clean it up.
2v1 handled well.
Yeah, and I mean, just the round before that, where Optic has a 4 versus 5, bombs planted, they're able to clutch on up, right? They have the man advantage. That's what we were talking about. When you have those advantages, close those rounds out. They're able to do just that.
And really, since round 1, they've cleaned that up, right? It was the early advantage for 100 Thieves, but now it's been 4 rounds in a row for Optic Gaming. Look at a tie up this series of 1 apiece, and you still have the streaks on Karma. It's Octane's turn to bring out the Paladin. Crim6 will be playing on an island out towards that A site, maybe a late flank or looking for a one-on-one as they opt to push through. Enable shows himself, but Crim6 can't finish the kill. They'll get the bomb planted in a 5v5 scenario. Now let's see what they can do from post-plant.
Well, you're going to play around Karma streaks. As far as they backed up, yep, they're just going to buy some time. Here comes a push from 100 Thieves, but that's going to be a missile to their heads. As he finds Slasher and Enable, Scump finds 2 as well. It's just Octane once again in such a tough spot. He's going to get taken down.
Karma now has 10 in a row. It's not that often you see that, Joe.
No, it isn't.
You're happy to get 10 kills in a search.
Yeah, that's a great match.
Much less 10 in a row. Oh, there you got to see it from Scump's POV as all the bodies of 100 Thieves are blown to bits. He still has 1 more streak, and Optic just need 1 more round, and we're all square.
Especially after that map number 1. I just feel like the Optic guys felt like they had it.
They led most of the game.
Yeah.
Really, it was around like 170, 180, where finally 100 Thieves got that lead. And even then it was back and forth after that, but we'll see if Optic can finish things here. May save that streak for defense, but they've gotten a couple more as Skunk goes huge. They were 6 in a row for him. Him and Karma really going off at the same time, and a big part of why they had that 5 in a row stretch. Suddenly it's Slasher by himself. Dashy gets hit low, heals, repops, takes the gunfight, and Optic, they'll take the search and destroy.
And this was such an important game mode in their Vegas victory. I mean, they were just so good at search and destroy. It just felt clean. They were so reactive on the map, just forcing people in tough positions. It's good to see this performance out of them so far.
And what was the single biggest thing for you? Was it them cleaning up those man advantage scenarios?
Yeah, and I mean, when you have a guy, you know, who's got 3 rings, able to go off like that, able to just take on over, that always helps.
100 Thieves, they take the map 1. It's Optic that answer the search and destroy. We're tied up 1-1. We'll go into a quick break, but don't go anywhere. Control up next. Or not, we're still here, so not a quick break. But Joe, as we look forward to the Control with how good 100 Thieves has been in the respawn, is that who you've got favored?
Control has been a very good 100 Thieves map. And I mean, what we've always talked about with Optic Gaming, or so far throughout this tournament, is can they improve that? And they did win it on Seaside, you know, just a few matches ago. We'll see if they can keep that going. But respawn, you have to favor 100 Thieves.
Yeah, they've been so solid. Really, just from what, the past month or so, when you talk about the Pro League, they're looking like the #1 team in Hardpoint, the #1 team in Control. They've cleaned up their search and destroy. They've looked so tough to beat. If you're Optic, how do you maybe overcome that in Control?
I mean, they've got the talent to do so, right? Like, these guys can keep up with 100 Thieves. Just don't allow them to get streaks. When you look at the last match that they played, again, that final round, they got it to a 5th round. They had a 2-1 advantage, but 100 Thieves had 3 sets of streaks that they got in that 4th round. So keep those streaks to a minimum.
Well, the reason we're not going to a break is because we want to see what's going on with the open bracket. So we've got Jess, who's been covering it throughout the course of the day. We'll kick it over to Jess.
Thank you, Clint. Yeah, so I am here in the Game Fuel open bracket just to give you guys a bit of an update. The tensions are high here. There's so much competition going on, but I did want to bring your attention to a French team called Crazy Crew. Now they've got 4 French players and 1 Belgian player, and they have such a fascinating history because they were here, or not here, excuse me, they were at Fort Worth representing in the open bracket under a different name. Now they've come to hopefully do what they couldn't do at Fort Worth. They finished Fort Worth with a top 8 finish. They're going for a top 6 here in London. Can they do it? I'm not sure, but we'll find out as the matches continue. But for now, back on over to the casters.
Thank you so much, Jess, for keeping us updated on the open bracket. We'll see, keep eyes on that over the course of the weekend before it comes to a riveting conclusion. But for now, we'll shift focus back to Optic Gaming, going up against 100 Thieves. And I think we've got everything we've wanted so far in 2 maps. We've got several more to go. I'm kind of hoping this goes the distance, Joe.
Hey, it's sort of what we expected. Obviously, you know, when you have 2 such talented teams, you think they're going to go back and forth. It doesn't always end up that way. You know, some teams just clutch up. They're the better team on the day. But so far, it just feels like just so back and forth. You've seen moments of brilliance for both teams. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, no,
jet lag. That's
I love
what
that.
I'm
Anytime I screw up anything, like the commercial break, that's all just jet lag. That's what we're going to use the entire time we're here. But before we get into it, wait for the guys to get ready for Control. We are going to hop over to E-United versus Evil Geniuses. E-United 35 points away from taking what looks to be the series. And this has been, I mean, this
is
pool
for
has
top
just been
2.
nuts.
I think this is for top 2 because FaZe is through. So I think this is it.
Oh, yeah, because Envy lost, they won their first loss back-to-back, right?
Yeah, they lost to FaZe, so FaZe is 2-1, and both of these teams are 1-1 right now. So this decides the top 2 in this pool.
Well, we'll see if Evil Geniuses can make the run and get this to a map 5, but E-United's so close. And what a run it's been, considering they come in, they lose their first series. I think there's question marks immediately, considering their top 16 finish they got at the last event. I think they have more to prove than just about any team here. And it looks like they're on the cusp of doing it if they can close it out. But for now, they're just kind of fighting for garage control.
And I think the interesting thing will be is, you know, when we talk bracket play, it's A versus C. So one of these 2 teams will be playing Optic Gaming or 100 Thieves, depending on the results. You'll have FaZe versus one of those 2 as well. So some heavy hitters in winners round 1.
Wow, yeah. I mean, E-United Optic or E-United 100 Thieves, that could be an absolute battle to kick off round 1.
Or, yeah, but Optic United, Optic FaZe. Like, I mean, both of these teams going up against either or, it's going to be a fun match to watch.
That's true. Yeah, with the way FaZes look, that's That's actually crazy to think we might get Optic FaZe with that. FaZe not being in the Pro League, it's been kind of a strange year that we've never really talked about that narrative, but maybe it'll pop up as early as round 1, which would be absolutely nuts. But as 5 go down for EG and 5 seconds needed, you think E United should be able to close this out, and there they'll get it done. That'll get E United now into the top 2, and we'll get right back over to our series, Optic 100 Thieves, as we'll be looking forward to getting to the control.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people were focused on that match because, you know, JCap versus Clayster, all that drama going into this event, but E United able to come on top.
That's probably the best bit of drama we had all year.
Yeah. But
Two veterans getting spicy.
United able to win it.
They are. They're able to take it. We'll see, though. What I'm hoping is they match up in bracket play.
Bracket?
Yeah. That would be fun for their tournament life on the line. There's a shot of the 100 Thieves guys as they're kind of talking through things now, but we'll remind you of the Astro Gaming Series layout in case you're just joining us or maybe missed the first couple of maps. Last time they played, it was a 3-0 for 100 Thieves. This time, Optic at least get one on the board with a convincing Game 2 victory. Karma was doing it all. 10 streak, I'm pretty sure it was like a 6 streak for Scump around the same time as he was going on that streak. So the two of them just took over. You got streaks for both. They were able to close it out. You got to feel good about that win for Optic Gaming, but as we head to control, God, that is, it's just been so lights out from 100 Thieves.
There's one of our guys, Coach Teep, and on the other side we got Coach Crowder.
Yeah, if any of you guys watch our streams, we play Blackout every single morning together, us two, Crowder, Teep, and we got all 4 of us, here for this matchup. Excited to see those guys go up against each other, two of the top coaches across the Pro League. But what's your most important, maybe your key to victory here on Gridlock?
Well, I mean, just looking back at Pro League, Optic were very back and forth on what maps they wanted to play for control, where they ended up playing 100 Thieves because I think during that week they were like 0-3. And Arsenal control was 100 Thieves' best map. They end up playing it on that control. They go to around 5. So you thought it was pretty good. I thought maybe we might see it here again. But what this tells me is, well, 100 Thieves kept that Seaside control veto. Optic kept the veto on Arsenal. So what I mean, who's going to win an offensive round on Gridlock?
Yeah, that is so true. We'll see what 100 Thieves can do early with this first push. Because they're looking for an opening at Scump that's going to be on the flank, but they're able to pick that up with these. Still one player here in Crim 6, but right as I call that, he drops, and that'll be the final bit of points.
Well, will it?
Through. Well, Karma gets in with a sliver left. There's the trade.
Hey, you never know. That one life might be the difference.
It could. It could. All right, those couple of seconds, right?
Here's a good thing for 100 Thieves. They have top of their streak control. This is where you have Octane and Priest just staying alive, waiting for the flank. You see 2 and 5. That's Slasher and Enable. Once they start to go, you might see a bit of a pinch, but Dashy's going to take down Octane. So now you have Dashy in the connector of 100 Thieves. But here comes the flank. Let's see what they can find.
Well, 3 have ended up dropping for Optic Gaming. You still have a presence from 2 players in the back. That's Priest and Slasher. Priest has gotten into post. Slasher's got his back. They continue to find kills, but they need the pressure to come from the front as well.
There we go.
By the time it gets there, Slasher's the lone man. Can't win his gunfight. They'll be able to get in and get set up, but it's Optic that's going to have to hold on. We'll see if they can do it here. I want to listen to the defense from Optic. Let's go to an Astro Gaming listen-in with Optic Gaming.
Push up, Damon. I'm back right. Let's close up. No. He's good week. Name is still good. He's on the head. Yeah, he's on the head. There's 2 of us. I got no, watch out. There's 2 front. Set one ball. You can tell him. Nice. Point. Another spot. Yeah. Green car. Behind him. Crew's running, guys. Green car. He's sitting. Melty there. Nice. Melty there. Oh, press. 2 mil. I'm trying to help you with the 18. Low 18 dashing. And then what's... Alright, watch an underpass. Yo, you gotta watch that. Let me hope sushi. Let me know if they go top. Yeah, they could already be up. One went up top. Enable. Look at right side 18. Top. Yo, they're definitely going around, yo. Yeah. Enable's still top. I'm hoping them. Oh, and underpass. Breach set. He's in a box. I think. Line it up. There's 2 on the go. Yeah, one more was at the back. I think he's top. I stopped front. I have some up front. 30 seconds. There's an ICR like close sush. Yeah. Yo, they're hitting grapple. Someone help me, front. Give him a box. Yep.
We're back with only 2 players left for Optic Gaming. It doesn't look like they'll be able to get it done. Still 5 up for 100 Thieves. Scump and TJ, can they somehow do it? You still need, what, 1 more tick if you're 100 Thieves. There's 3 players, though, inside of Sushi. The best thing you do is try to contest this. Scump looks over. They're able to get 2 kills, but right as they find them, the trades come in. And 100 Thieves, they'll get on the board first.
Yeah, and the one interesting thing that I like to watch from 100 Thieves based off that round is when you watch them on the flank, they're just sort of pestering Optic Gaming. Like, they're not getting a kill or 2 and just starting to try to set up the pinch. They're waiting for the perfect moment, so they're playing their lives. If they don't get the kill or 2 at the front, those guys on the flank just get their kills back on up. They'll just redo it, right? A lot of the times, we see those kills go down on the flank, and they'll just throw their lives away while they don't have that front push. So a good first round for 100 Thieves.
Can Optic now answer back as they shift to offense, and you can see it looks like a 2-3 split. 2 headed towards B, 3 kind of setting up at A. It's a little bit of a delayed push. Priesta will get in, but the trade comes in immediately. They do get the rotation towards B, so 2 players will then get set up on A, with a 1 player mid-map, and Karma will wrap back and try to deal with any reinforcements coming in. He was able to do just that. Karma won his gunfight with Priesta. And really, Optic already gunfights at every side of the map. They've kept the presence towards B. They've gotten nearly 2 ticks at A, but they haven't been able to finish it.
I mean, if you're 100 Thieves, it's sort of, they're capturing this so slowly. What do you want to do? And it looks like they're just going to trap them on in. I would say, are they going to try to retake it? As Kenny is able to find Crim. Now, how to Optic Gaming get out of here? Off spawn. That's going to be Crim 6. He's going to have a 1 versus 1 against Priest that he gets taken down. At least find Slasher beforehand. But 100 Thieves know exactly where these guys are.
That'll open up the backside of the map for them, but they still have Priesta for 100 Thieves on the other end. So you've got some pressure to the back if you're Optic Gaming, but no one at all towards the front as TJ continues to pick up kills, but they just don't have the 2-pronged attack that they want because they haven't been able to get through the broken side. TJ, though, hasn't missed a bullet with his ICRs. He's found 5 in a row and now 200 off streaks, but it's Priesta to be the all equalizer as those 2 kills will slow it down for a moment. Karma's been able to at least get inside and start capturing. What damage can he do? It looks like he's just gonna opt to get into 18 and play his life, but Enable just destroys him.
Yeah, you still have the 4 life advantage, but a big play. I mean, you called it out where Optic Gaming had nothing at the front. Priesta was just being annoying. Karma was looking for him for so long. Priesta actually backed on up to Sushi. That's where he got those couple of kills. If he doesn't connect there was an opportunity for Optic Gaming to really just capture that point, have all the map control that they wanted.
Think how big that was. He held one side and then got 2 kills on the other end. Like, Priesta was massive in holding on there. But there's only 7 lives remaining, 400 Thieves.
They have the grab slam on Priesta as well. He's 15-9, having a good game. Karma trying to go on the flank. He gets taken down, but only 6 remaining. 1 or 2 more pushes for Optic. Can they hold on?
Yeah, it's like you have the life advantage if you're Optic, but you have the favorable side on defense if you're 100 Thieves, but now you're starting to get spread thin. You don't have any more respawns available. Priesta more than likely going to have to make a play again, and he has this grab slam to use, but it's a 2v6, make it 1v6. They find the final player in 18, and as we talked about, who's going to be able to win an offense? So far, it's been all offense, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, both offensive teams just finding a kill lead early on and then just putting so much pressure on that wide flank, finding those kills, backing up. It was a very similar round out of Optic Gaming. Not a lot of focus on the point. A lot more focus around posts, getting inside those power positions and finding the kills. It just really comes down to the extra time that they're getting from A. They have a lot of time to work with.
Yeah, when you're sitting at, what, 2 minutes, 2 minutes and 20 seconds, you've got all the time in the world to pick your points of attack. And just like you mentioned, both teams have done it well so far. So now I guess it comes who's going to be able to get that defensive stand like we see more often than not on a map like Gridlock. 100 Thieves get right back in towards A. Going to use the grapple to get in quickly. 2 players that are there from Optic immediately picked apart, and now Optic are just asking themselves if they even want to put any pressure towards this or just try and seal them in.
Well, you have Karma working the flank. He has the help of Scump. Listen, they're going to put some pressure on this just to be annoying, and they're going to find a kill. They're not allow 100 Thieves to just get this for free.
Well, it worked out because I think 2 or 3 players from 100 Thieves pushed out the back. So as the flank comes in, it's wide open. They get a couple of kills. They shut this down. Suddenly, Slasher, the last man up. And that's a brilliant retake from Optic Gaming off a big hit on the flank.
Yeah, well, they're going to use attack 5 as well. But Karma, the only player here, we'll see what he can find. At least finds one. And now I imagine if you're 100 Thieves, you're probably going to stack this instead of trying to go get that map control. So what just happened doesn't happen again. Just being a little bit extra cautious.
They've got some tough gunfights, though, as Optic. They've still got the added HP on multiple players. And, well, a little extra health, a little extra love on the tail end of one of those gunfights.
And this is still being contested. They have not captured A yet. TJ's able to find 2. Dashy on the flank. TJ still alive. Almost finds the 3rd on to enable. Finally, A is captured. But now if you're Optic Gaming, you have a 6 life advantage. Very different than the previous offensive
100%.
rounds.
Well, for both offenses, right?
Yep.
You came out of that with at least like a 2 to 4 life advantage. Now you're in a big hole. And Scump, who's sitting at 15 and 10 on a 5 streak, is just 125 off streaks. He's going to have a chance here.
Attack
How
5.
big is that attack 5? Yeah, that extra health. He wins that gunfight. He's closer to streaks. But Enable at 50 HP. Wow, does it do a difference? That's Karma just dashing, sliding all across the map. Finally gets shut down.
Yeah, but you look at the map position you have if you're 100 Thieves. Kenny's inside a post right now, able to find 1 kill. You have a couple of players on. Now it's specialist time. What is Optic giving you to invest? Karma's going to fly high, has the grab slam. What can he find? Able to find 2. TJ with the song. He knows where Octane is, finds the 3rd.
And that's exactly what you needed. A big clear, considering the forward presence you had from 100 Thieves. You're able to clear them out. You're up 6 lives. We might see our first defensive round victory here, unless 100 Thieves opt to use any of their specialists. But with this big life disadvantage, you kind of doubt it.
And on the flank, Dashy was able to find Priesta. So it's a reset here. This is 1 more push for 100 Thieves.
You got a minute
a
to work on this push, but that's about it.
Ton of map pressure here from Optic. All they have to do is trade effectively, and this one's done.
And that's what's so scary with how forward Optic are. Even if you win these opening fights, you have to go through a whole nother spawn from Optic. You can't trade like this if you're 100 Thieves. You've got to have a big edge. They've only got 4 left. TJ
trying to say he's still alive.
Finally gets shut down. But this looks to be around Optic Gaming. Kenny and Octane, the only remaining players from 100 Thieves. Octane, the last man standing. He gets shut down. And Optic get a big defensive round victory. And they only really had to use what? The grab slam, that was it?
Yeah.
The attack 5, well, the attack 5s from both sides. But that was a huge grab slam at a crucial moment.
In this round, to me, just comes down to how annoying Optic was at A. They just wouldn't allow 100 Thieves to finish it without finding a couple of kills. That just has to be something where you have to clean it on up. It just felt like 100 Thieves were thinking they're going to give it up. They're going to focus towards that B side. Let's just get A, do what we normally do.
Well, 100 Thieves have got to get this round, win it. They want to get it to a 5th and final round. Four kills through for Optic Gaming. Exactly the opening push you want. Big life advantage, and A more than likely will be finished. Priesta trying to sneak in on the flank. He's really the only one in a position. On the other end of things, you've got 2 players from Optic Gaming pushed up very aggressively, and they're able to trade 2 for 1 and hold the front.
It just comes down to, like, how many lives do you want to throw away if you're 100 Thieves? I mean, Priesta ends up getting caught on the flank. That's okay. So they're going to be down 5 as we go towards this B side. And, well, there's the vision falls out from Crim 6. TJ's going to find Slasher. Priesta with the grab slam. He's going to use it. Here he is. Doesn't connect it. He only gets a hit marker.
Yeah, I mean,
that's huge.
I think the concrete wall ate most of that grab slam as he gets nothing out of it.
That is so big for defending B. Now you have Scump who finds a couple of kills. You still have Kenny, though, top of the street, hanging on for 100 Thieves.
Think about the difference of value you get between the grab slam from Karma and the one from Priesta. Basically 0 versus 100 in the sense of that make the play to get the defensive hold towards B.
Kenny, though, like I said, hung out up top. He won 2 big gunfights around that truck area, so the pressure not on the point just yet. Well, 100 Thieves cut it down to just a 2-life lead, but a lot of time to work with. 1:40. TJ, he's gonna get caught. Now it's time to slow things down. If you're Optic, maybe just try to work a pick or two.
You've got what? Tempest available on both sides, War Machine available on both sides, and Enable slowly getting towards that vision pulse. We saw Krim get it a bit earlier. Some nice shots in there from TJ to punish Enable, who maybe hasn't been himself over the course of this best of 5. Certainly better here than the hard point.
I can't be giving Enable negative slack. That was Kenny. Come on, don't put
Oh,
that
I thought
on.
it was Kenny. I'm sorry, Enable.
It was Kenny. That's what you said.
Oh, did I? Enable, I apologize, buddy. The jet lag. We'll blame it again, Joe.
I'm with it.
Cluster out. We'll back up Kenny for just a moment. Basically all square. Basically all square. Now this is the go for Optic Gaming as they'll try to fly through. That's the call for the War Machine in. He's able to get 2, and those are 2 big ones. There's a trophy out, but it's not enough
just too
to
late.
slow it down.
It was too late of a trophy. I think it was Dashu who had it maybe, where he was the last one off spawn, or the last one to push on up, so the trophy just wasn't there. TJ now trying to work it 7 versus 7. Enable able to take him down. Octane, he's gonna use the Tempest. Able to connect on 1, has the help of Priest on the 2nd.
Almost. He's just able to get away, but it's a 6v3. Tempest still out from Octane. Not a lot of time to work with either if you're Optic Gaming. This looks like it's going to a 5th round. Octane continues to hold the edge. Slasher wins his one-on-one inside a post. Enable does the same. Suddenly Skunk gonna be the last man in a 1v6. Octane peels him outside a post.
So a big round win, but you used a lot if you were 100 Thieves.
Use what? War Machine and Tempest.
War Machine, Tempest. We'll see what they have, but I think Optic still has a lot of weapons to work with on this defensive side.
Yeah, I think you still have Dashy's Tempest. Enable's going to be getting close to Vision Pulse. I think he was getting near it on the 100 Thieves side towards the tail end of that round. Yeah, he's almost got it. And yeah, you still have Tempest and War Machine on Optic. So you definitely get the edge. Because with the way it is, I mean, they're not getting back to those heavy hitters if you're 100 Thieves. You've expended them.
Maybe Karma can get a grab slam near the end of the round if it goes that way. 100 Thieves right off the start just goes back to this A site. But this has been where Optic's just been so good. Just being annoying on this defensive side. But it's going to be Slasher who turns the tide. Does find one of his teammates. Can he catch Dashy as he goes away? Not able to do so. That's a couple of team kills that come on in.
It's, I think, 2 team kills for 100 Thieves. You don't have those, you're even in the lives department. But we'll see how much it'll matter. They're slowly getting A, really just 1 player stacked on top of it right now, and Slasher is the rest trying to fan out. Make sure they can't get locked in by Optic. So they were able to do that, but still down a couple lives. TJ set up top broken on the Optic side. Crim6 just keeping an eye on hole in the walls. They try to get across. He's put some damage in, but hasn't been able to finish it, and then he'll get caught. But as you get 2 kills through for 100 Thieves, Dashy locates 2 of his own. And we're all square, 23-23 with lives.
Yeah, it's been a war on 2 fronts right now. Kills starting to go the way of 100 Thieves. They knew Karma was back there, and here comes this push. This is perfect for 100 Thieves. This is a situation where you have to come up clutch with those specialist weapons if you're Optic Gaming.
Dashy's got Tempest
I mean,
out.
that's 3 dead. And they're all coming off spawn. Dashy gets taken down. 100 Thieves, this is a brilliant push from them. So far, that's 1 tick in.
This could be it. TJ's got War Machine, which he may have to use. There it goes. There's the pop. Dashy's already used the Tempest. But somebody's got to go ahead and get in. Somebody's got to get in and contest. They're so close to doing it. There's the contest. 3 kills, 4 kills for Optic Gaming. They're just able to hold on and clear them out. But you still have 1:45 on the clock, Joe.
Yeah, you have a lightning strike as well for Slasher. Maybe just opens things up, finds 1. You typically don't see a great use of it on this map, just due to all the cover.
How big is that? Having a push that early in the clock from 100 Thieves to make them use the Tempest, to make them use the War Machine, to put them in desperation mode, with still around 2 minutes left for them to play with at that time.
I mean, everybody won their gunfights on both sides of the map. You don't see it too often. And usually it turns into a round win as well. So the fact that Optic get back in there is huge for them. They're still hanging on as they start to find a couple of kills. But 12-12 now, still a minute to work with. They're just getting control of this top street as Priest is able to find Scump, just getting this push ready. Taking a look up top. I don't think we're going to see any more specialists. Lightning Strike might be in from Slasher.
He's holding it. He's calling it. The ping is going to be in. They get in behind it.
That's all he needs.
One kill. Crim6 will drop. But Optic answer with 2 of their own. The push thus far has been thwarted. TJ doing damage in Sushi. The car takes out Priesta. Slasher puts a few bullets in. 100 Thieves now down. 1 in the lives department. Under 30 seconds to work with. It seems so recently they had so much time to work with, but that is now all dwindled. Kenny mid-map, we've got him highlighted. He's likely the one that has to make the play, but Dashy gets 3, and Karma makes the play inside a post. Now 10 seconds, and only 3 players up for 100 Thieves. Optic can hold. Optic can hold. There's the kills, and Optic, they take the control.
It was another round 5 against 100 Thieves, but this time, Optic able to hold on, and that was close. That push from 100 Thieves was perfect. They won every gunfight. I think it was 4 in a row on both sides, in their base and on the flank, which gave them the perfect setup.
And I think you said, usually when you get that break, you win. So I want to go back and see if it was like was somebody not in a great position to allow Optic to get in and contest? Did they not have it fully stacked with 4 or 5 players to end it as quickly as possible? Like, why didn't they close it out there? Because
it felt like, I think Dashy got an ICR kill, so he opened things up with 1. Maybe the War Machine just disrupts some things, right? Like, one player doesn't want to get picked off, so he's afraid of that War Machine, doesn't know if the trophy's down.
I just thought it was done then.
Yeah.
Usually you see that and you're able to close the game out. Like, you get that perfect 5 down, you get set up, you stack it, and you're done. But Optic somehow, with not a lot left, really just that final bar to go, are able to do it. You think with minute 45 left on the clock, that you just need 1 more tick, 1 more break. But that point, that B point on grid leg is not easy to get through.
No, and I thought Optic did a great job after that point where 100 Thieves were on it. They continued to push up the street, and then after that, that's when you saw Scump get a kill. That's when you started, Dashy find 3. Just beautiful play from them in that defensive round.
Well, I think we're going to take a look at the final minute or so of this Game 3 as we get ready to rock in the Game 4. You see 40 seconds on the clock as Optic just have to hold, and you get that kill from the Lightning and think maybe there's the entry, but immediately the kill feed lights up green right after, and then another team kill. That ends up being, what, 3 or 4 across the course of that round?
Yeah, that was huge because Priesta was inside Sushi. He won a huge one-on-one. Just a bit unfortunate. I mean, you had the Optic van in the past. Now you got the Optic car helping them out as well.
Yeah, a monster game from TJ. 36 and 28 at this point. A guy that's taken certainly a hefty amount of the criticism when Optic Gaming struggles. He goes big in that control, and then once it gets to a 6v3, and it's all but desperation for 100 Thieves, they simply can't get in. Optic too strong. They're able to trade effectively, and really just 1 kill comes in from Priesta before it's all said and done. That was fun, though. That was fun. I mean, all these maps have been exhilarating, to say the least. But we'll get to another hard point. If you're just joining us or maybe missed the map 1, it was a pretty back-and-forth affair. I mean, the big storyline was 100 Thieves started a little bit slow because Enable at one point was 1-16, 4-20. Like, he was just having an abysmal effort. But it was still 100 Thieves down the stretch that were able to get it done and get the victory. It just feels, I guess you're just wondering, though, if Enable comes out and doesn't play like that early, if you get the full 100 Thieves effort, you feel strong about them pushing this to a map 5, or can Optic close it out on Hacienda?
Well, right away, those ICRs from 100 Thieves starting out hot. Again, they're one of the teams that'll introduce 3 at their breaks, or they'll allow Kenny to just roam the map with it.
Mean, we've seen, what was it, Arsenal Control, where you had 4 of them out at one point. They definitely are not scared to roll with the ICRs. Speaking of ICRs, it's 2 kills from Slasher, and all the time going the way of 100 Thieves, but now Optic has been able to get in. You want to focus on the top right side of that mini-map, and that's where we've got Kenny, who's set up towards Garage, but he's really the lone man right now. Priesta wins a big one-on-one out towards that rock connector. He wins another gunfight that alleviates some of the pressure, at least from that side. But back towards that main lobby, it will be Optic Gaming who have a presence in the Garage.
Well, TJ, he's just gonna poke out towards that water, find 3. Karma, though, goes on a bit of a flank, but the trade's just back and forth, and 100 Thieves. Here comes a contestant, Enable, somehow alive, able to find 2, and Kenny with a 3rd.
100 Thieves fighting for their lives in this best of 5 right now. Let's get to an Astro Gaming listen-in with 100 Thieves.
I'm flanking.
Weak on the heady, weak on the heady.
Yeah, push me, man. Give me in the back.
Two in the back, heady.
I'm helping you, man.
Cross back at you, weak press.
Yeah. Two mention on me, two mention on me. I have help. Ashley just baited his team.
Bottom mention weak.
Stay, no.
Oh, in front of me, I got bad time.
You bottom mansion. They're getting in closet.
Challenge you front.
TJ, one bullet in front. Only one guy in Lambo heady.
That's two front.
Lambo heady is probably close.
Lambo heady, there's another one. Another one.
No. One more.
Right.
Nice job, Jess. Good job.
I got rock.
Hey, help.
Good time. Go around. All good time.
He's on your rock.
He's in bottom mansion.
We spawned rock.
Ash's closet.
Top mansion, me, bro.
Top mansion. I spawned a new.
There should be
In the back, Teach.
You can slow
All the way back. It's box.
Take your time in the back, guys.
Right.
Top open.
TJ's all the way in the back.
I got the mid. Top close.
I got
Small.
That's three. That's four. There's spawning big cut.
Push out.
Spawning big cut.
I have all the board out.
Oh,
bottom bar already. Davis already bottom bar.
Nothing big cut.
Two in the
They all
back.
spawn both. They all spawn inside
You
both.
help? Can you get time?
Yeah.
Back done.
Oh,
Back
it's gonna be well made.
Another one.
Guy,
Top bar done.
Back 10 dead. Another one. Back 10. TJ.
Side 10.
TJ,
They're gonna be front.
One
They're
dead.
gonna be
Look at one now.
Outer fence dead. Outer fence.
You be at the box though.
And what's close?
You heady, Damon. There's two you heady, guys. TJ.
He's there.
There's two. Nice.
Backside
One.
fence,
Backside.
One more.
Telling him.
Another one. Backside fence.
Bar. There's two. No.
And outside of you, I need help, guys. I'm
I
kind
got
of
you. I'm with you. Austin.
I'm playing here.
I have
Yeah, close. Hit this guy. Austin. Hit this guy.
He's weak.
I spot back.
Towards you.
It went into you.
Nice.
Nice.
So I'm 220
Water
out.
on you.
And I have ward.
No, top close. Top close and top bar. Top close and top bar.
Well, throughout that listen in, 100 Thieves really extend this lead up 60. You were listening to Listen In. Anything you really like from that?
I don't know. I just love listening to Slasher. Like every time he speaks, it's, hey, they're probably spawning here. A player turns. There's a player there. Like him continuously calling out those spawns to his team just allows them to be aware, focus on those gunfights. Really a guy we don't touch on too much for his vocals. Usually if it's vocals, it's his negative vocals, right? Just sometimes he can bring down his team. But when he's on, giving his team all that information, it can be so important.
Well, we know how he's an intelligent guy, right?
Yeah.
Like
He builds robots.
Robotics major. Like he's a bright guy, but it's fun to listen to him leading the troops. That is for sure. But now Optic Gaming making a late flurry as they've hit the 50-point mark. But still, 100 Thieves in control as we're starting to build towards some of these specialists.
You even saw Slasher use that war machine early on. He said to listen, I was 220 from streaks, so I think he was just trying to find those streaks. Maybe even when you get it, you know, you're 16 and 10, so early on, just trying to catch Optic off guard, you know, from getting, you know, putting on that flat jacket. That was one of the key things when they did that original role swap was that TJ at times just wouldn't call out the war machine, right? So that's why they put Karma on it to always recognize that situation.
Yeah, I mean, they've had a bit of a crisis when it comes to that, right? Like, who's going to run what at times for this team? When we came out of that listen, it was a 60-point game. Optic have chipped away at it, now down 16. Kill feed, green as TJ and Dashy combined to find 3. 30 seconds now remaining on this first hardpoint, our second set of rotations. We may have ourselves a lead change, but more importantly, we'll start focusing on the right side of the minimap once again as everybody sets up for garage. And last time where it was a little bit messy, this time Optic has 100 Thieves spawning exactly where they want them.
Yeah, especially they have TJ in the water, right? Remember the last time that we got to garage, TJ peeks out of the water. There's 3 members from 100 Thieves there. So this time he's in the position that he wants. Plus you have Scump at Fountain, able to find 2. He's gonna pop the attack 5. He's 235 now. Off of those streaks, gonna play his life. Try to play for those, now 135 away.
Back into the hardpoint they go, and look at this. They had a presence inside a lobby for a moment. They had a presence out towards Rock. Finally, though, 100 Thieves able to start to get in, but the lead change has happened. Optic Gaming now in front, and now it's TJ's chance to maybe get some streaks. 185 off. Scump has picked up the lightning. A Hellstorm may be in the win, but he will get cut down by Slasher, who comes through with 2, but it's Karma with 3 of his own behind the grab slam, as Optic have taken over the past 60 or so seconds of this game, Joe.
Yeah, these last 2 hills been all Optic Gaming. Now Dashy, he's getting close to streaks. He's at 160. And this is really what 100 Thieves has been infamous for, is just getting multiple sets of streaks. This time it's Optic.
Yeah, exactly. You can feel why Optic would go on this run. Every player we've hopped to has been like 100 or 2 points, 100 or 200 points off streaks, it feels like. But now we'll head over to fences. It's Scump with a one-on-one in that U connector. He will ultimately fall, so 100 Thieves will get a foothold here early. They'll have backside shed control. Optic going to be trying to break in through well and arches. We'll see if they can get the push in.
You have those streaks. I
thought he was going to do it for a second.
Yeah. Karma's going to call one in. Scum finds the opener on Enable, backs all those players away. They're able to find them because, well, they know where they're at. Priest is still able to find two, but the break's there from Optic.
Dash, he was looking for an angle up top, but wasn't able to find it. So we'll get to Scump's POV as he's diving around the fences, one of the most hectic places on the map. He gets one before he falls. And now it's the Crim6's POV. We'll have the top position and the ICR. He tries to fly in, but Slasher gets the better of him. Now it's Octane going for a deep swim all the way out in water as they try to push in towards Rock. Karma almost with two on the flank, but Slasher able to snap.
Yeah, nice shots from Slasher, but even on a hill like this, you still have a lot of streaks. The War Machine going to come out from TJ as well. Scump and Crim find those openings. And this is just where it gets scary for 100 Thieves, because Optic Gaming's not using their streaks. Instead, they're using their specialists to try to just really gain that lead, get it as much as possible, as Dashy finds another one with that Tempest. So they'll have more tools to work with down the line in case things get scary, to have those streaks to bail them out.
Yeah, I mean, you feel good. 50-point lead, 3 streaks to use. You gotta imagine you don't get a complete blunder and it could be huge. Priest does go ahead and invest the grab slam in the tail moments of this. Wins another gunfight as well. That'll secure, what, 15 or so seconds for them, as long as they can hold off this late surge from Optic. But honestly, it looks like they're able to contest most of that. Somehow, Priest is still alive. He doesn't get streaks, but he survives a flurry of bullets from Optic Gaming. But if you're 100 Thieves, speaking of survival, how do you survive all of these streaks? And a vision pulse coming in from Crim, attack 5 available for Scump, and all you really have at the other end is a War Machine at Slasher's disposal.
And this is where Optic started getting all of their streaks. So if you're 100 Thieves, you have to try to respond, but that's not gonna happen. As you see, all green in the kill feed, plus they're gonna get control of this hill. Slasher tried to re-challenge Crim, but he gets taken down. And look at Dashy right now, 29 and 17 on a 4-spree.
Some of the stats he puts up in hard points are just silly. The man is going off right now. We'll see if he can continue this streak. There's quickly one more before he will get stopped. But Optic Gaming very close to that 200-point mark. They just held on to this 50-point lead. Streak now in from Dashy. Doesn't connect, but maybe gives them a little bit of breathing room there, bottom middle in the hard point. They still have, what, just 2 lightning strikes to work with on Dashy and Scump.
You might use one right here to stop this first push onto 100 Thieves, but they're gonna wait for the couple of kills. Dashy, Crim, they find kills and then they go. TJ's gonna fly on out, but Enable finds 2 of his own. But it doesn't matter, or does it? Nope, because the numbers are there for Optic Gaming. Just 30 more seconds needed. You still have those streaks as well. There's the lightning gonna stop a push from 100 Thieves. This should connect with a couple. Only finds one, but allows his teammates to find all those kills. They're not gonna win it here. We are gonna go to fences, but it is gonna be so hard for 100 Thieves to win this match.
They've gotta be perfect from this point forward, and they know they wanna fight in for this time, so they've given up the rotation as well. So they make it so it's not like a 249 scoreboard for Optic Gaming, but they also give up the rotation, so they've gotta really fight in and win these opening gunfights. And just like Priest just did, you just need a couple more of those. And so far, so good. They've won the opening fights. They're staying alive for now, Joe.
Scump though, still has the lightning, and here we go. TJ's gonna find one with the cluster. All these gunfights, so important right now. The contest is in. Scump finds 2. Priest trying to stay alive. Slasher on the pinch, and well, 100 Thieves held on.
They're still here. They're still here. 35 seconds left in fences. Optic can taste the series victory with just 13 more points looming.
Grab slam on Karma. He's trying to get in a position to use this to contest. He's just trying to be a nuisance.
Doesn't get it off, and Kenny and Priest to combine for 3. Priest has earned some streaks to work with as well. He's going huge at the tail end of this game. 6 in a row for him. But Scump with another pair. But these streaks could be everything you need to make sure you get in a rock. They win a couple of gunfights as well. This is a big moment in transition. You still need 10 points if you're Optic. The streaks come through. It's Kitty and Octane that get in. The TAC-5 gets popped. Uh-oh, Joe, this might happen.
Yeah, but Karma with the grab slam, able to find one, opens things up. Here comes the Hellstorm. This is very early in the hill, so, well, you'll have that if you're Optic. He's able to connect with one. So no more streaks. All guns from here on out for 100 Thieves. Dashy's gonna use that Tempest. Octane hears it whiz by his ear, and well, the Tempest, somehow he stays alive. But grab slam from Priesta, able to find 3.
Here we go, buckle in. 2:15 on the board now for 100 Thieves. Those 13 points that Optic needed seem to be taking forever. And we mentioned that Priest has been lighting it up. He had a 6 streak, followed by a 5 streak, and one more kill there would have got him another set of streaks. The kills come in for Optic, but they still haven't been able to get any time. They've been sitting on 242 throughout this whole hard point, and now into our 3rd set of rotations, we're back in to the central fountain.
TJ able to find 2 though, and Abel has to dive on in. It's all green in the kill feed.
That could be it. That could be it. No one able to get in, and Optic get revenge. That was fun.
I got a really good feeling we're going to see this match later on.
I wouldn't be surprised if we were in the grand
really
final.
Good feeling, winners bracket final, we might see this again because, I don't know, just when you watch these two teams, they just have that clutch factor, just players that can take over. Priesta almost there at the end. If he gets that gunfight, somehow gets back into the hill, gets those streaks, who knows what happens.
Oh, that was a good time, and you thought, I mean, it seemed forever for them to get those final 13 points through. 100 Thieves with so many perfect plays down the stretch to make it as close as it was, but ultimately, it's Optic that are able to hold on, and, you know, I call it, that's their revenge. I know they haven't had a lot of matchups this year. This is really just the 2nd on LAN, but the last time they played, it was a 3-0 for 100 Thieves, and a big 3-0. I know it was just in league play, but I feel like it gained more traction than any other league matches based on the 2 brands you had at play.
Well, it's just, you know, people wanted to watch this all year long, and now we've gotten it back-to-back, you know, pretty close together. And again, both of these guys, that was for 1st and 2nd place in the pool. They both make it out to the winners bracket. They handled business today. Tomorrow is when the tournament kicks up another notch for these guys. And I don't know, there's going to be some scary first-round matchups depending on how the rest of the results played on out. Just the level that these two bring. I could see it, man. Just Sunday, we could have a fun one.
And it's just fun in the sense of like that. If you are a fan of Call of Duty esports, they're just every player there is just a superstar in their own right. That was just sensational stuff. You're not going to see much better Call of Duty than that. And I think that's why we think that could be your grand final, your winners bracket final. Like, you feel like these two teams have all the potential to maybe match up later down this stretch. But for those of you watching, thank you. That's it for Joe and I today. But for the PlayStation Instant Reaction, we've got Jess on stage with Karma.
Thank you, Clint. What a reaction from the crowd. How does it feel to have that much support behind you here at CWL London?
It feels great, you know, with how we started pool play in Fort Worth to show up here and be 3-0. Feels amazing.
So in that last match, it looked so close until that control. What was the tipping point?
Well, the biggest thing was just us not losing B. We stacked it pretty heavily off the breaks. We knew they had Tempest and maybe War Machine, so we really just wanted to make sure we kept B no matter what in the last round, and we felt that was our best chance of winning the map.
Finally, I've heard so much conversation surrounding kind of coming back from your performance at Fort Worth. Do you feel that this is a step in the right direction?
Yeah, it definitely is, because, I don't know, 3 weeks ago we weren't winning any of these series, so yeah, it is.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. This has been your PlayStation Instant Reaction. Back to Katie at the desk.
Thank you so much.